Hey, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know it's been a while since my last video, and if you haven't seen the update video, that's because my PC broke and I had to fix it. But luckily, that's all resolved. And in the meantime, when I did get my computer fixed, I was playing a little game called, well, Silent Hill 2. Now, I'm talking about the remake. I know some people are gonna be mad. It just says Silent Hill 2, but you guys know I'm talking about the remake, so that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so what do I think about the remake? Well, short and long of it, it's fantastic. You really can go wrong with it. Um, I have never seen such a good remake of a video game since Resident Evil 2. It is such a good remake that it stands side to side with the original. Like, if you do not want to go for all the trouble of getting the original to run on your computer, or you just want to wait to play in Silent Hill 2 on modern consoles, it is such a good version and such a good way to do it. And I'm so happy to say that because I was like other people. I was skeptical as, whew, sorry, I had to burp mid fucking recording. Um, yeah, it is such a good remake that I have a hard time putting into words. Like, what do I talk about that isn't already been said? The music, the visuals, it is such a hauntingly sounding game, and it's such a visual story. Like, it is such a good looking game that I can't even put into words. It is so good that it almost killed my graphics card. That's how good it is. Like, yeah, I know a lot of people don't know about coil whine and all that, but I could hear my graphics card. My poor 3080 was suffering trying to run this game, but it did it. It pushed through a nice consistent 60 at all high settings with ray tracing, and I'm surprised it did it. But the game is just phenomenal. And I wish I could, describe it to you guys more, but I really can't. You guys just have to go out and play it for yourself. If you were ever on the doubts or on and up about whether it was worth it, or, if you should get it or not, you definitely should. It is such a beautiful game, and I am so happy to see that Bloober was able to pull through. I saw the potential that Bloober had, but at the time, Bloober didn't show me anything really outstanding. I know a lot of people like to make the comparison. Yeah, got tongue twisted. The comparison between the medium and Silent Hill 2, and that's fair. Um, you can definitely see the DNA of their other games into Silent Hill 2, but I feel that they learn, like, you have to take steps to get towards greatness, and you can see that Bloober was taking those steps to really achieve what they did in Silent Hill 2. Now, to be fair, I'm not gonna give the entire praise to Bloober because I know that the original team of Silent Hill 2, maybe I specifically the director, he was there, supervising it, to make sure, or I think it was the writer. I can't remember who was there specifically, but one of them was there to like supervise the project to make sure nothing got out of hand. And yeah, the game is very faithful to its original story and all the original concepts it brings into it. But if you were ever one doubted, if they could do it, they did. I will say, like, visually, like, I know I bring up the visuals a lot. It is a really good looking, like, I can't stress how nice it was to see Silent Hill 2, the town specifically, rendered in such good fidelity and high fidelity that it's it's just, I want to see a Silent Hill 1 remake now. It's just I just want to see it. Like, give me a Silent Hill 1 remake. That game, out of all of them, deserved the most to be remade. Now, I know why they went with 2. It's because it's really standalone, and it's the most popular, so it's a very easy bank. But please, please make a Silent Hill 1 remake. But anyway, what do I think about the soundtrack? Well, Akira Yamaoka, and I know I'm saying his name wrong, but it's the best way I can pronounce it. He does such a great job with recomposing the sounds. It is such a great soundtrack, and it always was, but the way he recomposes these songs, there's so much soul into them. It's like, yeah, you see, we finally did it. We finally got that remake, and he brings his A game. It is so good. Like, I know Promise and Theme of Lore, but Love Songs, it is so great. And I know a lot of people don't know about Eddie's theme, but Eddie's little music cues, it's done so good. I will say though, the one thing I that is a bit strange about this game is the dialogue, and to be fair, I think that's also another aspect they want to keep true to the original. So the dialogue is just as awkward as ever. It is the most awkward interaction between people I've ever seen. Now it is slightly better, but the way they say things are, weird. Like it doesn't sound how a human would speak, and I don't know how to otherwise to say. You just have to see it for yourself. But it is, just as awkward as the original. So if you're looking for fidelity, there's more fidelity for you. But I will say though, the line. So a bit of a spoiler. So when you meet Eddie later on, like before his boss fight, he delivers a specific line where he says like, "Oh, it doesn't matter if you're ugly, smart, pretty, or something along that line." And the way he says it in the remake, I'm not a big fan of it. I do like the way he says it in the original more, just of how he like emphasizes the ugly, the smart, the pretty, and all that stuff like that. But that's just a rambling and a nitpick. Another nitpick I have is the game on PC stutters at the beginning quite a bit. I didn't notice it later on, and I think that's because the shaders were, able to compile easier later on. But yeah, I think the remake just needs to have like a shader compiler at the beginning, and I think a lot of the stuttering will go away. But yeah, it stutters a bit on PC. I don't know on consoles. Didn't play it on consoles, but yeah. But yeah, I know I'm kind of like just rambling on and on. But if you're not familiar, this is how I do it. Um, I'm sure a lot of you are confused, like, oh, why is he just like talking and rambling about? Well, that's because I really don't have any script for these videos. These are just me talking to you directly and straight about what I think about a video game and what I think, see, all that's gonna be, and that doesn't get cut. How I feel about a video game after I'm done playing it, because I feel that, there's obviously reviewers talk about the visual aspects, the backstory, and all that. I do not have the time or patience to bother with that. I just, present it as it is. Like, did I enjoy the game? Hell yeah, I enjoyed the game. That game was fucking fantastic. And I just cursed. I try to keep these as friendly as possible, but I can't control it. I have a foul mouth, but yeah. This is how I do it now. And I used to do game reviews on another channel. That's why this channel is different. This is for a new audience, but that old channel, as much as I love it, I abandoned it, and I really don't want to like give up on this one here. So, a bit of context. I'm new to this, so in time I'll iron it out and get the kinks better. But for now, this is what you're gonna get. So if you stuck around, thank you. And if you're sticking around, thank you very much. I see people are watching this, so I know there's an audience of people. Maybe you enjoy it, maybe you don't, but I am happy you are watching these videos, and I hope I can see more engagement. I don't see much engagement yet, but I hope to see it in the future. I gained 1 new subscriber. Yes, that is a milestone, and I am all the grateful, happy for it. But with that being said, getting back on topic and not rambling off, should you play Silent Hill 2, the remake? Yeah, you should. It is a fantastic game, plain and simple as that. The story is faithful, the gameplay is faithful, the visuals, the sound. It is such a good remake that I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just tired of talking about it. Anyway, I'm your host Kyle, and I'll see you in the next one.